Hi Gemini, welcome to the channel and welcome to your reading for January 2024. So this is a really great month for you guys. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. So you guys are making some pretty big changes to your work life and some pretty big changes to your career. You have a lot of visions for where you want to take your career next, and it's feeling really good. You're feeling really positively. You're very in tune with your personal stability, your sense of value, and what really makes you happy, what it is that you really want to do. And you're just very in tune with this vision. You understand what needs to be done. You understand how this can actually be brought into reality. You understand the work, the sacrifices, and you are not really putting up with anything that's going to get in the way of that. You are very in tune with what it is you want to do here. Now, there are some setbacks when it comes to this, but it's in more of the emotional realm. So in the physical, everything is coming together. You feel stable. You feel very in tune with what you want to do. You have the map, you have the vision, you have the plan, and you're not really going to make any sacrifices on what actually makes you happy, what brings you this freedom. But the wall that you come up against when you're walking this path is that because you're not going to accept anything less than what you know you are worth, than what you know will bring you happiness, then what you know is a part of this higher vision, you come into a bit of conflict with the emotional depth surrounding these things. So, you know, inside you're good. You've done all of this inner work and you know what you want and you know what you're striving for. But now that you move to bring it out into the physical world, there is the aspect of, you know, partnerships, work partnerships, relationships, friendships, and things like this. And I think for a long time, there have been people around you that maybe they've just been around because they were, you know, they've always been there. You've known them for a long time, or for some reason you just couldn't shake these people off. And so now that you're putting yourself out there, you really come to this point where you need to, well, with putting yourself first and trying to go for what your career goals are at this time, you come up against other relationships in your life that maybe don't want to see you go in this direction, don't want to see you go in this different direction, because they have, you know, they are maybe threatened by your independence in a way. Maybe these are people that have benefited from, I don't want to say you playing small, but you just being very fluid in your relationships. And yeah, this person can be there, but like, whatever, like, I'm not going to take them too seriously and things like that. And now that you're like, okay, I know what I want, I'm feeling stable in myself and things like this, then you come into conflict with these people that maybe you moving in this direction and feeling this inner stability threatens their ego in a way, and it creates this conflict. And this conflict or these challenges that come up around your partnerships right now, they are really here to show you something before you get into the next stage of your career, of your financial life, of your in this public arena. You have to go into the deeper aspects of yourself. Why do I allow these people into my life? Why have I taken these people with me so far? And do they really need to be there now? They're not people that are aligned with this vision I have. And, you really have to dig deep to find out the real reasons why these people are here, what lessons they teach you, and is the relationship beneficial on both ends? Is it something that's facilitating your growth and nurturing this stability you have, or is it somebody that's going to feel threatened by your power, feel threatened by your sense of self? And so there can be a lot of opportunities to meet people now, but you really have to discern and decide who is hurting me, who is blocking my path, and who is actually helping me to facilitate this growth. Because a lot of people can feel threatened or jealous by your success. And a lot of times it's like you haven't even been you haven't even achieved what you want yet. You're still in the process of, planning it out and feeling it, but you sit in your power, you sit in your stability. And oftentimes, if you have somebody that is a bit narcissistic or domineering in your life, that benefits from you, playing it small, or just being rather passive in your interactions with them, they can sense this level up before you really can, or they sense the shift of energy in you. They sense that you're feeling stable, you're feeling empowered, you're feeling very connected to this higher vision for yourself, right? So even though you might not have realized it up until this month, but the people that you've been keeping in your life just because they're an acquaintance, or just because, they've been in your life for so long, and, you've allowed them to maybe cause you a few setbacks here and there, but it was no big deal because you are very empowered. You're strong enough to handle a few setbacks on the sake of another person, especially if there's somebody that's been close to you. And you don't realize how this has been actually draining you, and how these people can be jealous of you and want to have some sort of control. So as you move through this month, you're going to encounter a lot when it comes to your relationships. And this isn't all bad, but it's really discerning as you move into the next stage, as you move into success, who is coming with you and who is hindering you. And you're going to meet a lot of people right now that do add a lot of value to your life, that do want to see this dream or have similar goals, and your lives can really align. But at the same time, it is a time of discerning who is taking from you and who is, secretly jealous, who is trying to control certain things that you do, and how long has this been going on, and things like this. So, it's really a time to set those boundaries and say, okay, I can't, even though it's so easy for me because I am so stable and I am so sure of myself, empowered, and, you know, connected. Yeah, it's nothing for me to sit here and help you out. You know, if somebody wants to play the victim and, you know, you're like, okay, I can take 30 minutes out of my day to make this person feel better, or whatever, have this conversation with this person, even though it's like you do kind of find it draining, you do find it, you know, annoying, for lack of a better word, but you're like, you know, whatever, I can take this time out. This person feeds off of that, or these people, whoever this is for you, they feed off of that. Especially if we're talking, like, if you want to do something bigger in your career, but you're working for a toxic job or something like that, and it feels like, you know, no matter what you do, it's just always a fight. It's always coming up against authority. It's always something like this. Is you really want to look at how you are being taken advantage of. Where are people taking from all of this abundance that you have internally? Where are people taking from that, and where is it diminishing you? Because you might feel like, you know, okay, it's just 30 minutes of my day, I made this person feel better. But in reality, this person is a bit narcissistic. They are in a victim mentality. They are somebody that thrives off your energy. They want to keep you in a box just for them. And the reason that they are coming out right now is because they can sense how good you are about to do. They can sense how good you are doing internally. So, you know, they want to feed off that. And in a lot of cases, especially if this could be a close friend or a boss or something, they feed off this energy. They sense you doing good, so they want to make up a reason as to why they can act more controlling, act more domineering, and cause this kind of fight. So you really want to have this discernment of who's taking from you, who's taking advantage of you, who's kind of siphoning your value. And a lot of times you might not have even noticed, because you are so, you have the resources or the energy to just do that and brush it off. But you may not have realized how these things have been slowly holding you back. So it's really like an audit, a relationship audit here of, okay, who is just hanging on to my coattails and who is actually coming with me because they see the vision and they want to contribute to this. At the same time, so this is, when it comes to your relationships, this is a whole new transformation, especially if you feel like you've been struggling with toxicity in your relationships. You know, this is a really good time to do that audit, and you really have the strength and the power right now to take your power back from these places and put it back into yourself and put it back into your vision. And so that is a transformation of not only your relationships, but also the way that you give and receive. Because, you know, subconsciously this could have been a major block that you might not have realized, especially if you're feeling obligated towards this person. So yeah, you really wanted to do a relationship audit now and think about who's coming up with you and why, and who is actually worthy of receiving or sharing the abundance that you have. Who is worthy of sharing this vision? Who is worthy of working with you? Who wants to work with you because they genuinely are attracted to your vision, or who wants to work with you just because they don't want to get left behind, because they want some form of clout off of what you're doing. Now, in another sense, in a more spiritual sense, this is a time where you're really understanding this law of attraction type of thing, right? Where you have this knowing that whatever your vision is for yourself, if that's your relationships, your work, all of this, you have this knowing that it is yours. You have this knowing that it's coming to you. And that's why you are really in a powerful place right now to really action a lot of these visions and transform your life in this way, because whether you have consciously done the work to do this or you just find yourself sitting in this energy, you have this higher understanding that you are already successful, you are already abundant, and you're really connected to this sense of emotional freedom and power within yourself. And that's what magnetizes what you want. So as you think about the career goals you have, the aspirations you have, the dreams you have, you already know that it's yours. You just have to put in this bit of footwork, and everything is coming to you. So you're very empowered right now. And what all that really needs to happen is this bit of housekeeping with people that would like to kind of siphon your energy and maybe block some of this manifesting energy. I don't like using that word, but it's what it is. So yeah, you're sitting in that power of knowing that all of this is yours, that you already have it. You just need to put in the bit of work to action the plan, make the sacrifices, whatever it is. You're already sitting in this energy of emotional freedom, and every move you make now takes you closer to realizing that in the material world. Everything right now is temporary. Anything that is constricting you or coming up against your sense of emotional freedom and your sense of personal power and abundance, it's being weeded out right now. It's temporary. And because you're in such a good place, you can make peace with it. And it's actually very easy for you to recognize who's actually for you and who's actually against you, whether that's secretly or very out in the open. So it's a time of doing these kind of audits where it's like, if you're trying to block my emotional freedom in any way, I'm going to see it. And this can also be, internally, where do you have some kind of subconscious thoughts and beliefs about manifestation? Because right now you are in that energy. It's very easy for you to pick out all these patterns, catch yourself in a habit or behavior, catch yourself in some kind of thought, or catch yourself catering to the wrong people, and to just weed those things out. So that's what this month is all about for you. And so just focus on your vision, move towards that goal, and you're already in this energy of knowing that the success is yours, and you just have to walk this path. And as you walk this path and sit in that knowing, you're able to weed out any of these beliefs, behaviors, people, and really have that deep transformation in your subconscious that is necessary to bring you to the next level in your career and relationships. All right, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a personal reading, I will link it below, and I will see you next time.